interruption, gentlemen. So take just one moment. I'm well aware that the ambassadors were scheduled in this contest to face these two able-bodied young men tonight. But the Rev has a personal problem, you see. Your NWA Anarchy heavyweight champion is angry. So John the Body Johnson graciously agreed to step aside tonight for you to witness an act of human indecency so vile it'll turn your stomach. The macabre stylings of the Angel of Death. And even though he defeated three of Anarchy's greatest competitors in under record time and hostile environment, that was not enough to quench his thirst for souls. So you will see the Angel of Death, the man without fear, engulf not one but two hapless victims on the altar of madness.
Well, here we go. NWA Anarchy action underway. The Reverend Dan Wilson, by the way, John the Body Johnson joins with Timmy D. Here we have the Anarchy heavyweight champion Azrael. The Reverend Dan Wilson came to me and said that the champion was hungry. The champion had his hunger that he had to quench. Graciously stepped aside, the ambassadors and myself. I mean, because number one, we're tired of beating C.B. Gibson and Tommy Daniels. It's just not fun anymore. You know, I mean, like, you know, Connect 4 is a fun game, but it's only fun if you have somebody else that's actually competitive. They're not competitive. We've beaten them so many times. So I said, you know what? Azrael can have all the fun he wants to. That gives my ambassadors a chance to take a look at what we have coming up later here tonight, the Anarchy Tag Team titles, Timmy D.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it certainly shows the danger of, right there, of Azrael after winning the NWA Anarchy Championship. That's still not enough. For some men, that would actually be enough to just cause them to take their time off, to enjoy in the moment of being the champion, but that wasn't enough for Azrael right here at the top of the program, wanting to get in there with the likes of C.B. Gibson and Tommy Daniels. And if I were them, I certainly would be trying to take advantage of the numbers game, as you see them doing with the quick tags there going against Azrael. But still, Azrael coming off with all that momentum of becoming that NWA Anarchy heavyweight champion from hostile environment. Right there, C.B. Gibson, big boot right there to the face of Azrael. Smart goes for the cover, only gets a 1 count off the heavyweight champion.
Azrael has long been known as a dangerous competitor here in NWA Anarchy, and actually the NWA arena dating back to the days of Wildside. Azrael, many time tag team champion both in Wildside and Anarchy. Azrael also a former Young Lions champion, but finally realizing that goal of becoming the heavyweight champion, becoming the man, so to speak, here in NWA Anarchy. He's at the top of his game now, and did it at that four-way match, that four-way sudden death match in hostile environment where he got the pin on Chemo. But I mean, you know, it's a match that also involved Michael Judas and Seven, who's now the former champion. And as Dan Wilson told us, you know, and said in his interview, Azrael did in near record time. I mean, the match just got started. I mean, Azrael just went in a house of fire and got the pin on Chemo. And right now, Azrael taking it to Tommy Daniels. What a week we have ahead of us, Timmy D. We've got the Anarchy Young Lions Championship still to come here tonight. Bo Newsom taking on the champion Jacob Ashworth in the NWA Anarchy Tag Team titles. The Youth Gone Wild defending against the unworthy competitors, the team that robbed the ambassadors back in hostile environment. Of course, I'm talking about Love of Money, Andrew Pendleton III and Brian Casanova. And a whole lot more this week.
Well, it certainly seems like you have them on your mind, it seems, with the Love of Money.
Don't you worry.
On the John Johnson mind. I do have to say, you had a chance to talk with Reverend Dan Wilson. Whose motivation do you think this is? Do you think this is something from Azrael to get in this ring to go against these two? Or do you think it's something from Reverend Dan Wilson that they still, there can't be anything more to prove about being the NWA Anarchy champion, unless there's any naysayers and doubters out there where you want to get in the ring to be able to prove it, or again, just the monotonous of Azrael, as we've talked on before, getting in this ring. What motivation do you think this is? What possessed them to be able to do this at the top of the show?
Well, I can only go with what Dan Wilson told me, and he said that Azrael was angry, he was hungry, he wanted to take out his frustration. He wanted to get in on somebody. And that, you know, he asked me if we'd step aside and make this a handicap match. I graciously said yes. Because let me tell you something.
Graciously, you know the word graciously, so I'm sure money was not involved, there was no other dealings going on.
Sir, my finances are none of your business. What are you, the IRS? You got some issues there, Mr. ED?
Well, maybe that's what we call ED. Oh, right there, man, this vicious chop from Azrael, sending Tommy Daniels down on the mat, and now Azrael picking him up. What do we think? Oh, right there, the right hand to the head of Tommy Daniels.
Hostile environment is in the books. The summer is coming to a close, which means fall is right around the corner. And our next huge event, Fright Night, coming up Halloween weekend here at the NWA Arena. For more information, make sure you hit up the website, NWAAnarchy.net. Going to be a huge night. As always here, and CB Gibson crashing and burning. Azrael outside the ring, and now Tommy Daniels going out. Not very wise as Azrael ducked out of the way of that baseball slide.
Well, Azrael just taking care of business outside the ring, inside the ring. He is on point here tonight, I do have to say. By becoming that champion, it's made him more focused. Oh, right there. Goes for it all and hits it.
And right now, Tommy Daniels finding his way back in the ring. Not a very smart move.
Oh. The power right there from Azrael. Both men, it's like a car accident right here. Bodies littered all over the ring, and it seems to be the taking for Azrael. Moving his prey as it seems. Perhaps what we're going to see here from Azrael. Reverend Dan Wilson certainly seems very pleased with himself and his charge right now on the outside of the ring. Laying both bodies on top of each other. Perhaps we could be seeing Azrael going up to the top, and indeed it looks like that's what's going to be the case. Azrael the top. Oh, the power of the might from the top, covering both men. 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, the NWA Anarchy Heavyweight Champion, Azrael.
The slaughter of these two idiots was born out of just that. Because your hero, the self-proclaimed Korean assassin, is not here. Now, why, may you ask, is Chemo not here? There could be a variety of reasons. They say, oh, he lives in North Carolina. He's in the path of the hurricane. He got to protect his family. I see that as nothing more than an excuse. Because, Chemo, the truth of the matter is, you're as yellow as the skin that Azrael is going to rip from your back. And I know all of the morons of NWA Anarchy want to see that match because, let's face it, it's a dream match. Who is the true master of the martial arts? I think you saw it. You're NWA Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. So, Chemo, go ahead and show up whenever you run out of excuses. And when you do, you're gonna leave your adoring fans sorely disappointed.